Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the weekly recap, your number one source of news, information, entertainment on the internet. And let's go. Last week, I promised that I would head up to Fellsmere for the Fellsmere Frog Leg Festival, and I did. And here's what that was all about. Saturday, I went up to Fellsmere and checked out the Frog Leg Festival. I had studied the menu online, and I was kind of intrigued. Not particularly by the gator stuff, but certainly by the frog's legs. It's only about a half an hour drive, so I went up there. A lot of people were showing up, but it wasn't what I expected. I thought there'd be a bunch of tents and booths with local frog guys cooking their stuff and selling it. Instead, what they had was one central place, and you got on a line, bought a ticket for whatever it is you want, and then you pick it up. The lines were long, so I didn't get on them. But if I did, I would have sat under this big tent and eaten the frog legs. They had a ton of stuff that you see in a lot of these little fairs, vendor booths, vol types, a bunch of different kinds of food, the usual trucks that you see at these things. Oh, excuse me. And of course, a bunch of rides. It was a nice day, and it was nice seeing it, and it's supposedly the biggest frog leg festival in the world. So, not what I expected, but not bad either. Well, I was a bit disappointed that they didn't have a lot of booths with guys selling frog legs, but it was nonetheless, it was interesting. It was something to do. I've put a more complete video, a link to a more complete video at the tail end of this report. So if you click on it, it'll take you right to that video. You'll see much more of what the Frog Leg Festival was all about. And also, when you get on that screen at the end, there's a round thing that's got my picture in it. If you press on that, you'll get subscribed to my channel. That way you don't miss anything that I managed to produce. Well, last weekend we had the conference championship games, and now we've got the Super Bowl team set. And I know that many of you are planning Super Bowl parties and may be curious as to the correct type of white wine to serve for those people who are wine lovers who will be at your Super Bowl party. So here you go. Here's a suggestion for something you might want to look into. I realize that many of you may be planning a Super Bowl party, or perhaps you're planning a first communion, a wedding reception, a wedding shower. But whatever the event, you might be looking for a relatively sweet white wine. And I've got a recommendation for you. Go down to Walmart, into their wine cellar, and pick yourself up a bottle of this. This is Oak Leaf Moscato. Now, Moscato, generally, is a somewhat sweet wine. It's got a slight fizz to it, and it has to do with how they make Moscato. The bottle comes with a cork. The bottle, by the way, costs $2.97, so there's great value here. Now, if you sample this and you smell the cork, you'll get a faint odor of wine from the cork, which is fine. But what we want to do is do an official testing. So take a white wine glass, and we'll pour some wine into the glass. Now, the way to test the wine is first to swirl it around. And the idea is to coat as much of the inside surface of the glass as possible, because what that will do is to enhance the bouquet. So let's check the bouquet on this. Well, it smells a little bit of peach, perhaps a little pineapple, and a soupçon of something else I can't quite put my finger on. But let's give it a try. Well, isn't that tasty? I think it's somewhat fruity. It's certainly sweet, which is what you would expect with a Moscato. To compare it with other Moscatos in the value section, I would say that unlike at Trader Joe's, where you can get Charles Shaw wine for $3, Charles Shaw is better known as $3 Chuck. The difference between this and Charles Shaw's Moscato is this one doesn't really trigger the gag reflex. On the downside, after a glass or two of this, your teeth do feel a little bit gritty, and I suspect if you have enough of it, you're going to feel like your mouth is full of fur. But nonetheless, a very, very nice variety, a nice Moscato, and great value. Go on down to Walmart. The thing I didn't say in that, but that you should be aware of, is that oak leaf Moscato is just about the perfect accompaniment for Fritos. It also goes very, very well with nachos. So you may want to give it a try, experiment with it if you like, and I think you'll be quite pleased with the performance of that wine. It's been pretty cold down here this week, so I haven't really done a lot of shooting outside, and this ends up being a sort of a truncated report. But I know the weather will turn around. I know next week will be much better. And I fully plan to get out there, get more Vero Beach history, more tips of the week, and we'll see. May have some food reviews, and certainly I'll give you a Super Bowl prediction. So in the meantime, have yourselves a great week, great weekend, great week. Everybody take care.